Hello, and welcome to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be guiding you on which perks you want to be picking when it comes to the heavy class, which is, by the way, the best class in patch 8.1. So let's get straight into it now. When it comes to the first column, I'm not gonna lie, we do have a very good selection right here. You have Restoration, killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession, restores 1 armor segment, cooldown is 15 seconds. I would recommend you this one, but you also have multi-kill, killing 5 or more enemies with 1 shot from a multi-melta, restores ammo by 1. This is pretty much gonna happen all the time, right? The heavy class is very good when it comes to swarm clearing, and it's just, you're gonna have 5 or more enemies all the time, right? So yeah, you're gonna be getting 1 ammo every time. So yeah, if you're using the multi-melta rifle, this is a decent choice you can go for, but I would still go for Restoration. And then you have auxiliary ammunition. When your primary weapon is out of ammo, killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession restores ammo reserve by 20%. Cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, I feel like this is probably the weakest out of the bunch because you need to kill 7 enemies with your secondary weapon in a rapid succession. But if you do that, it's gonna restore 20% of your ammo, which is good. And the cooldown is 30 seconds, so it's not too crazy, but it's just depending on whether you're able to, get 7 rapid successions in, a decent or short amount of time. I don't really know the time or whatever, but in my opinion, I would go for Restoration. Armor segment is one of the most important things in this game because once you do run out of your armor segments, you are very, very vulnerable. And yeah, the cooldown is 15 seconds, so it's not too long. So I would recommend a Restoration. Now for this one, I would recommend 2. Now you do have thermal boost. When a ranged weapon is 50% overheated, range damage increases by 50%. So if you do want some extra damage, then this is the one for you. If you want that extra damage, then this is for you. I don't know if this works for the multi-melta, but when it comes to the heavy plasma incinerator and the heavy bolter, it should work pretty well. But in my opinion, I would recommend you Fortitude. Health increases by 30%. Simple as that. More health, the longer you're gonna survive. So yeah. And then you have a Strategic Stand. While in heavy stance, dealing damage restores 50% more contested health. You do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back, but you will not be able to move. I feel like this is just not great because heavy already deals a significant amount of damage when it comes to its contested health, and he gets contested health quite frequently, especially if you're using the multi-melta. And again, the reason why I would not recommend this one is because yes, you don't lose control upon taking heavy hits, but we're going to get into another perk that allows you to also not be knocked back, but that's when we're going for a gun strike. So yeah, so versatility, this is just dog shit. It's plain and simple. I would recommend you Overwhelming Power. When Iron Halo is active, all squad members within 10 meters deal 10% more range damage. This is the best one here. I mean, I don't know if you're always going to be, within a 10-meter radius with your team, but if you are, helps them, helps you, so why not, right? You could also go for an enhanced force. Melee damage increases by 30%. I wouldn't recommend this one because the heavy class is not a melee damage class. So I would just recommend Overwhelming Power, the best one here. Now for the team one, I'm not gonna lie, heavy does have 2 good ones. So you have encompassing Aegis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. All squad members take 25% less damage from her ranged attacks. This is just very good, basic but very good. You could also go for additional supplies. Ammo capacity for all squad members' primary weapons increases by 25%, which will also help you. And the one I would not go for is Bonds of a Brotherhood. Reviving a squad member restores them to full health. If maybe if your team is trash, then maybe, but I'm pretty sure an absolute 90% of the time your team should not go down, or they might go down, but they might just go down once, right? You're not really going to be reviving your team all that much, in my opinion. But if I had to go, pick between additional supplies or encompassing Aegis, I'd go for encompassing Aegis, though additional supplies is also very good. So yeah, it just really depends on what you want. Do you want more ammo or less range damage? It's completely up to you, but then again, I prefer encompassing Aegis. And then for this one, we have Adamant Will. After Iron Halo deactivates, you take 20% less health damage for 10 seconds. This is not bad, but I would rather go for this one. A consecutive execution. Killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession restores equipment charge. Cooldown is 90 seconds. It's just amazing, especially because, again, you're always going to be getting 7 enemies in a rapid succession. And if you have a Melta Bomb, even better. You're going to be slapping swarms left, right, and center with consecutive execution. So I'll go for this one. Then you have Empress Protection. When Iron Halo expands, all its energy, 1 armor segment is restored for all squad members. I feel like that's just the weakest one, in my opinion. I mean, it's not great, really. Then you have Obdurate. Man, what the fuck is up with this shit, man? Obdurate Bastion. Iron Halo's durability increases by 20%. Like, the perk that below, it has a positive but a negative, which is why I would recommend Obdurate Bastion. Again, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that. You do have field adjustment. When Iron Halo recharges 20% faster, but its durability is reduced by 25%. So I will not go for this one, in my opinion. And then you have Iron Halo loses energy 20% more slowly. I feel like this is the worst one out of them all. Yes, it recharges 20% faster, but its durability is reduced by 25%. If you don't really care about the durability and just want recharge, then fair enough. But I just feel like the others two are better because, you know, there's no cons. It's just pros with it, right? You don't just get one thing and then, oh, but here's a little, you know, sidetrack to it. No. You have Saving Grace. Reviving a squad member fully restores Iron Halo's charge and all armor segments. Again, this just links to this one right here, so people aren't really going to be going down, at least I hope so, in absolute. So I would recommend a Brute Force. When Iron Halo is in cooldown, range damage increases by 15%. Just more damage, amazing. You also have a Wrath of the Imperium. When Iron Halo expands or expends all of its energy, enemies in 10-meter radius take significant damage. So I don't know what significant damage is. I don't know if that's, you know, 30% or 40%, so I don't know. But again, it's completely up to you, really. But I would recommend Brute Force. Now for signature, offensive capability, in my opinion, is the best. When active, Iron Halo deals damage over time to all enemies within 5 meters. Especially good if you're going to be using the Plasma Incinerator and the Multi-Melta. Maybe not so much with the bolt rifle, because if you are using the bolt rifle, you want to be at the back, not at the front. So yeah, so hold on. Coolant Reserve. If both of your squad members are incapacitated, defeated, or grabbed, your primary weapon will not overheat and you deal 15% more damage. Again, one of your squad members is going to be incapacitated. Again, it just depends on how. It's like a risk, you know, with this perk, because you're going to have this and you're just going to have it for no reason, because your teammates aren't going to go down. So that's why I would recommend offensive capability. Now, this one, Conversion Field. When Iron Halo is active, all squad members within 20 meters regenerate ability charge 15% faster. I guess this is also a pretty good perk. This one is definitely the weakest one. So again, you could low-key run Conversion Field with... What was the other one that... You know, with the field adjustment, that low-key might be pretty good. Like 20 meters is not, you know, again, there should be like a decent amount of like length when it comes to your teammates. So, you know, if you want something that's gonna recharge your Iron Halo quickly, then you can run those two. But I feel like Iron Halo recharges pretty quickly as well, you know, because, you know, let's say you take out, there's like a bunch of enemies, you take them out. After you take that execution, you want to press triangle or whatever to stop the Iron Halo. So while you're doing that execution, you also gain Iron Halo. You know, the cooldown is still, you know what I mean, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, now starting with its prestige perks, auxiliary reload is a must when it comes to this class. There's no debating, this is a must. Melee kills of extremist level or higher enemies restore your primary weapons ammo by 1 magazine. This is just, again, a must. This is amazing, especially on absolute, when extremist enemies are going to be very frequent. And terminus level enemies as well, because it depends on what map you're playing. But if you're playing Inferno or whatever, there should be 2 terminus enemies, and you're going to need that ammo to take out, right? So auxiliary reload is a must. A conviction is also another one. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. I think this is literally, I don't know which one it was. Was it this one? No, I don't know which one it was, but I feel there's like another one here. Yeah, this one. So this is pretty much, actually no, it's not that, right? But yeah, conviction is also pretty good. Less health damage, you want that. I feel like when it comes to Heavy's perks, he doesn't have anything too crazy. I feel like his normal basic perks are quite bad, but auxiliary reload is definitely good. Like the next one you want to go for is Indomitable Spirit. So while performing a gun strike, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. Now, if you do, let's say, you know, you go for a gun strike and you don't have Indomitable Spirit, you are going to be very vulnerable, especially if it's like, because you can be put into like I forgot what it was called, man. Like when you keep taking damage and you can't do anything about it, like you can't dodge or anything like that. I forgot what it was called. I had it and then it just slipped. That's what she said. But yeah, you want to be going for this one because stun lock, that's what it was, stun lock. You can be put into stun locks and you can't do anything about it, which sucks really, really bad. So I would go for this one now. Now for this one, it kind of leaves you with 3. Now, honed precision is the worst one in my opinion. Equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 25% when firing without aiming. What the fuck is that? This needs a rework right here. I don't know what they were thinking. This is just absolute dog shit. Because when the fuck are you not going to be aiming with heavy? You're always going to be aiming like 99.9% of the time. This is trash. But yeah, now it leaves you with 3. You could either go for a reverberating impact, stomp area of effect radius increases by 50%. You could go for exponential force, melee damage increases by 100%, and you can link that with enhanced force. That's up to you really. And you can go, if you struggle with parries, because Heavy's parry can be a little bit tough, right? Obviously he doesn't have a melee and it's balanced as well, I'm pretty sure. So balance is the worst like stance in this game. So you could also go for perfect parry, and perfect block windows increases by 25%. I don't know why they put block here, because he doesn't have a block weapon or whatever. But actually no, never mind, scrap what I'm saying. And yeah, you could go for duelist. Well, I mean, I go for reverberating impact, just so there's minority enemies, you know, from like the further back they're coming at you, they still take damage as well while you're going for the ones near you. So that's why I go for this one. Exponential force is also a pretty good one. It's just really your preference. You want your storm to do more, like have a more like an area of effect, or do you want your storm to do more damage? It's really up to you. But if I had to pick between this or this, I'd go for reverberating impact. But then again, it's totally up to you. If we're talking about the 3, I'll just go for one of these 2 instead of duelist, because me personally, I don't really struggle with Heavy's parrying. I think it's perfectly fine the way it is. But maybe new players to the game or whatnot, people don't play as much, they may struggle. So I'll just recommend, if you're one of those people who struggle, then go for duelist. If not, then go for one of these 2. It's completely up to you. But we are finally done with the little perk guide series, I guess. I might do some more like updated ones in the future, especially in July and August, since we are getting balancing changes as well. But yeah, as of right now, Heavy is the best class in the game. This guy is good at everything, literally everything and anything this guy will do. Clear out swarms, deal damage to Majoras, Extremists, Terminus, does not matter. This guy will do it right here. And he pretty much has infinite ammo as well. So yeah, this guy is literally a beast. He's a tank. So yeah, and please let me know if this did help you out, and let me know what you guys agree with, disagree with. Let me know what type of perks you guys run. Do you agree with the perks I chose? Do you not agree? Let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. I hope this helped. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Peace.